Jess and Saleana is like interesting because I feel like if Saleana really thinks Jess is nothing and she's not worth her time or effort, why is Saleana always talking about Jess? Like, she has called her out numerous times in chats, like numerous times on camera. Like, if you really don't think she's anything, why you bother?
I mean, if there's something to call out.
Okay,
maybe
I
she's trying
get
to
that.
make Jess actually do something.
Okay,
I sit there and smile.
Okay, I mean, I get that, like, in theory, but my whole thing is, if Saleana really thinks that, then why is she wasting her time? Like, that's my whole thing. Like, Marcus thinks that, but Marcus isn't wasting his time on Jess. Like, Saleana is wasting her time. I don't get it. I think Saleana is maybe a little delusional.
I don't know. I mean, she got something out of fucking Jess.
Right.
So that was the fucking first.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's worth it, I guess.
I mean, yeah, whatever. We're not going to agree on the Jess thing because, I mean, I feel like you're one of those people that unfairly comes at Jess, so I'm not even going to, like, waste my time.
I feel like you just feel bad for Jess. I
do feel bad for Jess. However, I do have a lot of guilt over, like, what happened last year because I feel like I was maybe a little too hard on her about the Alfie thing without having... I don't know.
We had proof that Alfie thing was going on. She even admits it and then takes it back.
No.
In classic Jess form.
I know, but I just feel like her journey is like a sad one on the show, and.
Well, yeah, but I mean, just because, like, you know, you.
But I'm willing to give her.
Like,
why do you people give Antonio a second chance, but not Jessica? Like, nobody liked Antonio really last season until, like, the end. He bailed on the reunion.
Jess or Antonio any different amounts of chances. Me specifically. I don't know about no one else.
Okay, well, other people do. Like, I know Marcus is okay with Antonio for some reason. I know you guys aren't, like, besties or anything, but, like, you're okay with him.
I think he brings more.
But, like, what is he doing?
I feel like I feel like I can't trust either of them that much, but I can trust him more than Jessica.
Okay, I mean, I'm not gonna say that, like, Jessica's trustworthy because, like,
that's my biggest thing, dude.
Even Jess does more than Antonio, though. Antonio doesn't do anything. I was sitting here with him on fucking video chat trying to say shit, and he was just like, "Well, that's your opinion." I was like, say something besides that.
And that's another thing. Like, people, like, give Danielle crap, but, like, the people that, like, start a thing with her and she comes at them, they immediately are like, meh.
They won't say shit on the fucking camera.
Jess.
Everything
why is that? Why are people willing to, like, fight back with me but not someone else?
It's bizarre. I think it's because everyone fights with you, so they're like, oh, like, I can just back out of this at any time because other people are going to fight with him. So, like, but if they're in a single situation with, say, Danielle or Annie, they're more likely to be on that, like, and there's no way, like, out of it, really.
But why won't they? But they're quick to drop it.
I don't know. That's a great question for all of those other people.
Because they're fucking, like, keyboard warriors. They can say shit in fucking group chat. You come face to face with them in a fucking video chat and they won't say shit. Esperanza is one of those keyboard
warriors.
Huh?
Esperanza is one of I've learned that Esperanza is one of those keyboard warriors.
Esperanza hasn't been fucking shit this
Well,
season.
See, okay, so, Annie, I think you fall into this category. I think it's easy to fight with me. Like, it's really easy to, like, fight back at me. Like, I make it very easy to. But, like I was saying before, it's harder to go those places and to, like, take, like, an aggressive stance against someone else because there's parts of them maybe that you like, but with me there's just, fight. So it's easy to bite back at me, but with other people, I don't know, it's like, it's hard to, like, I don't know if it's, with me I'm easy to dislike, and I guess maybe with everyone else.
You think Saleana comes across likable?
A gray line.
I like Saleana.
She doesn't come across likable, but she comes across respectable.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, you can't
Saleana toes the line.
Position.
Marcus fucking jumps over the line with a fucking pole vault. Saleana toes it.
But I think the difference is Marcus, everybody pretty much knows how Marcus is. So if the difference is if you just want to fucking go at it, he'll go back at it with you. It's not like he's going to be like, oh, okay, and then just fucking crumble. Or just start with a whatever.
It's also easy to bait Jessica also.
Yeah, that's super easy.
Yo, I fucking tried to bait Jessica. She don't do fucking shit. She comes
I don't
on
know.
here
Maybe she
fine.
doesn't think you're worth her time.
People are.
The fuck does this do?
It's easy to fight back against me, but for some reason, it's like there's so much gray area with everyone else that they don't wanna go too far and like lose whatever it is they think they have.
Well, because
Meg?
if someone just spews insults, it's easy to just say.
Yeah.
But
I
if
don't know,
someone's
Meg
giving
tried
you
with
fucking
me.
actual, like, this is what's wrong with you, this is what you're doing wrong, and it's, like, literal facts, they can't fucking face that shit. But if some people can shut out just, like, random insults. If it's
I don't
just, like, you know.
Like,
I
Meg
feel
tried
that's-
with me, like, once.
Especially if you expect it.
And stopped. Like, I flipped out, and she just never tried with me ever again.
No,
Meg.
because she like
I
crumbled.
want to fucking see Meg do something. I want to see Meg get pissed off about something. Like, what the fuck do we have to do to get that bitch to, like, fucking stab someone with her crochet needle? Like, she just fucking sits there.
I think
and
she's just an
crocheting.
odd person.
Dude, she literally sits there, like, actually, like, on our hangouts, like, crocheting. Like, come on. Like, it's not even, like, a fun gimmick. Like, it's weird, and it's... I don't know. I think that she might be the most out-of-place person we've ever had in the group.
So I belong to this group called the Printmaker Society, and we rent a studio in this historic building. It kind of reminds me of something straight out of a haunted house. Upstairs is still being renovated. But right inside of here, we have the printmaking studio. We've got the old press. And a bunch of bears that Larry printed. So this is something really fun. Picked it up when about maybe 3 or 4 years ago.
So, Marcus, what is your current issue with Annie and Danielle?
Excuse me. Well, who gets it first?
I don't care.
Go ahead.
Look at him, he gets it, like, he can just dish it out, like he's the giver of all things.
I'll start with Annie because I want to address the comment you made earlier, Bryce. I meant what I said earlier when I was like, so you took me, like, calling you, like, mom person, etc., blah, blah, blah,
Oh.
in a negative connotation. Like, you took that in a negative way.
I was like, what did I say?
And that's, okay, that's on you. But I meant what I said earlier. Like, it's different. Like, you piss me off, like, a lot. You were one of the ones who can actually, like, make me, like, genuinely mad and not just, like, saying things for the sake of saying things.
Yeah.
But then, like, when we met in person, it was difficult for me to keep up that heat because you do remind me of my own mother. And the Puerto Rican in you reminds me of
Chewy.
my ex's abuelita and her mom and all, you know, the tias and everything. So it's hard for me to keep up that heat once I see your face and once I see you in person. But I think maybe that's also why, like, you genuinely get under my skin.
Probably.
It's like I feel some kind of, you know, like, actual, like, reality to it, you know? Like, I can, like, associate it with something real in my life. So it wasn't meant to be an insult, but, I mean, take it how you will.
Well, no, it's because it came to me that your comment was that I'm the mother character or the mother narrative or some shit of the group because I wasn't coming at anybody and I wasn't saying shit. But to be completely honest, I had a lot of my own shit going on, and honestly, Bryce knew everything that was going on. If I came into chat and seriously just went the fuck off and vented, I was going to look like I was fucking psychotic. And I was going to blast off. Huh?
You know, if, like, what better place to, like, vent some shit than this?
Except for it's there's a difference between, like, little dumb shit and, like, oh, I had a bad day, so let me come bitch about it. But this was, like, on a whole different fucked up level. So it was like,
you shared some things, and yes, it was all heavy. It's heavy as fuck.
My son, I found out literally today, he's being charged with accessory after the fact. So I just found this out about an hour ago. They have arrested 6 people. They're looking for one, and he is being charged because he fucking knew that they were going to break into the house and rob it. They have messages from his social media as well as the other fucking phones one that was found at the crime scene. This is why earlier in my post when I was like, I am about to throw up, they did a 20-minute fucking news conference telling everything about the case. I got the phone call about an hour and a half ago letting me know that he is going to be charged. So I'm dealing with that shit because now I got to figure out, you know what? I have my grandbaby. Your dad is going to jail. In the state of Alabama, because it's a capital murder charge, he is facing half the time minimum that whatever the hell they get because he's accessory after the fact. So this is serious fucked up shit right now that I'm dealing with. So if I came in and started blasting at somebody because everything I have going on, it would have been really bad. Like yesterday when I was going at it with you, or it was the day before, I don't even fucking remember. He was here. And I'm sitting here and he's lying to me. And just steadily fucking lying about everything, that he didn't know this and he didn't know that. So when I start getting mad, I try not to bring all that other shit in it, and I'm not going to blast at you about shit that I have going on. Just like I can't come in a chat. If I think somebody's being fucking stupid because I'm having a fucked up day, I would look like a moron if I start saying you're a dumb fuck. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm trying to not look like a total bitch, but at the same time, I'm trying to deal with completely different fucked up shit. And it's not... I don't want to blast anyone on here, but I also don't want to look like I'm just fucking sitting around just like crocheting. Like, no fucking pun intended. I don't want to look like I'm just not trying to do anything, because I am. It's just I have seriously fuck shit going on right now. So if I came in and started blasting at somebody because everything I have going on, it would have been really bad. Like, yesterday, when I was going at it with you, or it was the day before, I don't even fucking remember, he was here. And I'm sitting here and he's lying to me. And just steadily fucking lying about everything, that he didn't know this and he didn't know that. So when I start getting mad, I try not to bring all that other shit in it, and I'm not going to blast at you about shit that I have going on. Just like I can't come in a chat. If I think somebody's being fucking stupid because I'm having a fucked up day, I would look like a moron if I start saying you're a dumb fuck. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm trying to not look like a total bitch, but at the same time, I'm trying to deal with completely different fucked up shit. And it's not... I don't want to blast anyone on here, but I also don't want to look like I'm just fucking sitting around just like crocheting. Like, no fucking pun intended. I don't want to look like I'm just not trying to do anything, because I am. It's just I have seriously fuck shit going on right now. So
I don't want to spend too much time talking about your personal stuff. So you're gonna love your son no matter what. Your son could be a serial killer, and you're gonna love him because that's your baby. You know what I mean?
I love Danielle.
But this reminds me a lot of. I mean, I never gone that far. I've never had something that serious, but similar to things between my own mother and I. At what point do you let him suffer consequences for his actions? I mean,
I have to now. I have to, because his baby has been threatened. My family has been threatened by... It's just a really fucked situation, because a lot of people got hurt. He could have spoken up. It's hard as a mom, period, to know that your child, Luke, who was killed in such a fucked up manner, and we know him. I've known him for years. They stabbed him over 32 times. You knew that they were going there. You knew they were armed. That was supposed to be your friend, and you didn't say a fucking thing. And he's wearing Luke's ashes around his neck. So, it's... Right now, seriously, he is my child. I'm going to love him regardless. Do I like him right now? Not at all.
So, my big thing that I've been thinking about is Bryce saying that I have a big ego. But yeah, he has a big ego. Yeah, I get it's your show. It's about Bryce, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But how can that's... What is that called? hypocrite. How can you call somebody out on their ego and talk about their ego when you also have a big ego, regardless if it's your show or whatever? You have a big ego. Like, don't be a hypocrite. Don't call somebody else out on something you have the same of. It's just stupid. He gets all like big and hot-headed about it when you bring it up, like when you tell him he has a big ego. My show. This is the Bryce Cameron show, not the Saleana show, not the Marcus show. Like, okay, we get it. It's your show. But don't call me out for having an ego when you also have an ego. It doesn't matter whose show it is. If you have an ego in the show, you have an ego in life, I'm sure. Like, Teddy, stop, baby. Like, for real. Just the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Marcus is annoying as fuck. He needs to lay off the fucking alcohol. He needs to get his life straight, obviously. He's obviously unhappy about fucking something. So it's time to man the fuck up. Honestly. Stop being a little bitch.
Have I had opinions on shit? Most definitely. Have I held them? Most definitely. Have I said something sometimes to people? Yeah. But have I blasted anyone? No. But I'm at the point that there's no fucking point in me sitting here and not holding in. Well, I mean, me holding back everything is pointless because it's not coming across as being real at all.
Well, yeah, because we know you can be sassy and super opinionated, and we just want to fucking see that.
Yeah, well.
On, when not to like us behind the scenes, we just want to fucking see it all the time.
Yeah. Well, you're about to, unfortunately.
I do. I mean, I definitely want to, because I like that shit.
Ben.
You're an asshole.
Ben's down.
I love that shit.
But what is I gotta ask. What is, like, I see Danielle in chat, and I'm not kissing your ass in any way, Danielle. But I see her in chat, and she defends herself. When she comes on Split, she says what she has to say. And everybody keeps saying that she's not doing enough. What the fuck does everybody expect her to do? Like, have rainbows fly out her ass? Because she can only do so much. Like, I see literally nobody. Meg comes in, you hear about crocheting, and I'm going to make a print. Tony comes in, says 3 words, and it's done. Nobody says shit to him. Jess comes in, and it's fucking Grand Rising's bullshit.
Grand Rising, Royals.
Nobody says shit to her. But it's like, if Danielle's not jumping on someone's ass 24/7, they're saying she's not doing enough. And then it's, but Bryce covers for her. Bryce doesn't have to. Like, I'm just curious, what is it that she's supposed to do so it looks like she's contributing?
Well, I guess it's like the question I raised earlier is, like, why are people unwilling to keep something going with her, but they will with me? You know what I mean? What is it about her where they don't want
I think it's me.
I do too.
I think they're worried that
the same reason that people don't really fight with you at all. She's guilty by association.
But it's not my fault. I try. Like just like
I
you said,
honestly
there's
think
only so much I can fuck.
I think from the get-go, you guys shouldn't have been so upfront and, like, transparent about your friendship. I think it should have been more behind the scenes. I mean, I get it. Yes, it's real, but...
I mean, and they knew us.
It immediately, like, alienated her.
No, but a lot of the people knew us, like, beforehand.
Yeah.
Like,
but
even before the show,
you guys
knew Danielle before the show.
You know, whatever the fuck you call yourselves.
Yeah.
So she falls under the same cake. And I know you get frustrated, Bryce, because of the same thing, because you being you, people don't carry this stuff out. You know, they don't carry it to term. And I just think she's guilty by association. I've come in again. Because she has already, in whatever small amount of time we've been filming, I think she's tried to come more than she did in a full season's worth. So,
well, Bryce and
I guess I do. So I'm coming to the realization
before about last season, the first half of the season. I try to play mediator too much. I've said that myself. Bryce and I have talked about that. The first time I tried to be this middleman, and I ended that at the end of the season. So I started off this season not trying that anymore. I'm done with being that, middleman, mediator, trying to understand anyone. Like, fuck that shit. But that was a full season ago. Still, people are like, oh, you don't do. What do you mean? Like, I do more than 3/4 of the fucking people in this group.
I thought the biggest insult came from Esperanza, who was saying the other night that you were like, she's like, oh, she doesn't belong here. I don't know why she's here. She's grandfathered in. But like, what is Esperanza doing? And I mean, the same could be said about her being grandfathered in. Like,
well, we're on that topic. So it was you and me, Bryce, Esperanza, and Tony and Saleana in that chat Friday night, correct?
Yes.
And they were all in unison with us in the issue against you, Annie. So do not let them backtrack or play bullshit, because Esperanza, Tony, and Saleana were there and vocal about it.
That's so true.
And yet in chat,
I don't want them to be able to slither away.
Not a fucking word was said.
No, because they're all fake. Like, that was, and it's funny because the conversation was about whether or not you were fake at times, and it ended up being that they ended up being the fakest ones of the whole situation. Because Marcus and I can own that we were part of that conversation. We were in that conversation.
I expected from Esperanza, but I thought Tony and Saleana were this new fucking bringing it kind of powerful thing.
You said this was Friday
slithering
night?
away,
Yeah, this was Friday night.
And then Friday night, Espe posts, "I love you, Annie."
She said
They're
that?
gonna go. It's in chat. Espe. She
posted
posted
like 11 o'clock.
So I'm like, you guys are gonna have this fucked up chat, talk shit about me, and then post "Love you, Annie." Are you fucking kidding me?
I didn't know that. Oh my god, I didn't even realize that. I was also drinking that whole chat, so I don't like.
It's also weird. We don't remember anything. Like, she pops in maybe once a week, so it's hard to remember anything she says.
I feel like I haven't fucking seen her say shit in like 3 fucking weeks.
Yeah,
I get to confront her Friday.
I mean, the only reason she had a chat last week was because I requested her, and then she basically repeated everything she said the fucking week before and didn't fucking offer anything new.
That's so true. She's like, I'm real, like blah blah, like I'm fire, all that boring crap that she's been spewing.
You're real obsessed with the dick. That's what you are. Like,
okay, see,
you obsessed with your dick. You obsessed with the man you're dating so much that you're not even like fucking.
Overuse that shit, but she genuinely is.
I'm never commenting on her love life again after what happened last year.
Consumes her fucking life, dude, and then. So at the get-go, she was like all gung-ho to go again, and then she got a new dick, and now she disappeared like she did when her and Daryl got back together last season, ultimately up to her quitting. It's the same exact fucking cycle every fucking time.
Yeah, I don't get how...
Like, oh, this happened.
If somebody is MIA, how the fuck are you going to say something about somebody else not doing enough?
That's what I said. I was like, the only thing that you had this season was your thing with Kesley being creepy towards you, which is a repeat of Sub-Zero being creepy. All you're doing is recycling the same one storyline for the last year and a half. That's what I said to her.
What bothers me is the way her and also Jess are like, this is boring or whatever, I'm not having fun, like I'm not interested. And I'm like, dude, like you wanted in, like you wanted in on this, so make it fucking work.
They were done.
To make it work.
They wanted back in. Like, I don't understand. Like, they were gone out of our group, but they wanted back in.
What? Like, you only have yourself to blame. Like, you're sitting here pointing fingers, but you got 3 pointing right back at you.
But it's the same exact thing with Tony, because he said the same exact stuff, and he also begged to be back in this group when he wasn't in it originally. And he said it to me, and he said it in the group. No, I'm just bored. I think everyone's boring. I don't really care. Like, why the fuck are you here?
He even said that about me. He was like, oh, you're just the least boring. I'm like, dude, like, you've shown very fucking little glimpses of like, being, like, an asshole. So just, like, what, are you just moody and grumpy, like, 24/7? And, like, not interested. Like, dude, like, treat it like a fucking job. Show up, put in your hours, and fucking just do the work.
It's just, it blows my mind that it's the same people that bitched about this season needs to be this and this and this and this and this, are the same ones that aren't doing shit. So how are you going to sit there and dictate how something needs to go, and you're the one who's fucking missing?
I don't see anybody else saying anything. Like, nobody else is saying anything. Like, when's the
And
last
I
time?
hopes for the group, for the splits there, and they were just dead.
Yeah, like,
Dead.
Meg really died when Melissa left, honestly. Like, the only thing that was making Meg interesting in our group was...
Bring back
crazy
Melissa.
friend.
Let's fucking see that train wreck. Let's see that crazy ass motherfucking train wreck.
Bring it back.
The
Yo,
three
that
producers,
shit was
the
fucking
producers
crazy.
are against the idea of bringing her back because they feel like she's a liability to the project.
Well, one of them's a conflict of interest. The other one only cares about herself, and I think Brandon's our only legit producer.
Oh my god. Fuck.
I originally did think, sorry, this is off topic, but I originally did think that you were putting like a little wedge in our friendship there for a minute. Like, I thought that.
With what?
The whole, like, Jess thing, and then Tony says you lied to me, though.
Tony's a fucking liar. What the fuck did I lie to him about?
He says
Or lie
he
to you
didn't,
about?
he said he didn't, like, ask you, like, a bunch of questions about our friendship and stuff like that, and, like...
You want to know what he also said? He also said he didn't say anything about my finances to other people, but look at the fucking footage.
Well, I mean...
Yeah,
He
but I
literally
think we
asked-
talked about that enough where it was...
So we've ever fought and asked me why we fought, and if I jokingly, I'm gonna kill you to Bryce. Well, why do you think you say that? Do you have some like deep feelings, like, or is that something resonating within you? Like, what? I was like, no, because it's a fucking.
What
joke.
is he,
I
like
don't,
our shrink?
literally-
Like...
Let's literally but it seemed more so like he was trying to like find something to use against in our friendship, and I was like, yeah. No,
So
like he
that's
was like
not
literally
cool.
interrogating me about our fucking.
Was he staring at
That's
the
okay,
computer
though.
screen?
Yeah, he always
Maybe
does.
he was reading all fucking questions. He had Googled shit and was like trying to psychoanalyze your
I mean,
ass.
what's,
Like, people, like, questioning me and questioning my motives, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, yes, I do pull all the strings, and if I want something to happen to Antonio in this group, I'll make it happen. If I want somebody in this group to have a storyline, I will make it happen. Like, everything that happens in this group is because I want it to happen.
Yeah.
All hail King Bryce.
Yeah, there would be no Marcus Rogers show without me bringing
you're
you
right,
into
you're
this
right.
group.
That
Bryce
fateful
has-
day.
I gave you your 15 minutes. Remember
Gave me my
that.
life, dude.
It's
No,
the whole
you pulled me
fucking
out of
master.
a dark situation, and my life only got better.
How many people cared about
I mean, I
Young
don't-
Mars
I don't-
before he got on this show?
I do not credit LCA, but it lines up. My life only got better when I came back from Florida. I started LCA, and my life only got better after that point. So
I want credit for Young Mars's career because he actually no. He came to me 2 years ago and told me that after his appearance on my show 1111 that's when his plays started going up and that's when people started listening to his music. So I want credit for creating his career, and if I ever want to take his career away, I will do just that, because if there is no Antonio Marshall on LCA, there is nobody listening to Young Mars. Because get that with your 2 likes on your Facebook page.
I kind of want to speak on some like fake ass shit that's going on in the group right now, honestly. So I had a conversation with Annie, Danielle, and Marcus the other day. And look, I know more than anybody in this group like what Annie's really going through, and it's really awful. I mean, and I'm not being like disingenuous. It really is like fucked up, and it's awful. However, I feel like she strategically placed the information about her son being charged as an accessory just so she can neutralize Marcus in that moment, because she knew, and we all knew, that Marcus was going to come in and he was going to come in ape shit at her and freak the fuck out, and she was trying to avoid that as much as she humanly could. So she waited, because she would have I feel like she would have told me ahead of time. She said she found out an hour before the conversation. I just feel like she would have told me ahead of time if it wasn't being used. I don't know, like, I'm not trying to like rag on her, but I feel like Annie used that as a weapon in that moment. I mean, I don't like dislike her or anything, like I still like her fine, but I just feel like it was a very strategic move bringing that up when she did in that conversation, and that's a little bit sketch, and it kind of makes her like a little hypocritical for like saying that Keisha does stuff like that like last season, because here you are this year doing the same thing. And while we're on the subject of Marcus, I don't know what the fuck Marcus is doing, because Marcus is, look, I'm the one who's actually diagnosed bipolar, okay? Like, diagnosed, psychologist, psychiatrist, medication, whatever. But Marcus seems to be the most bipolar person in the entire group. Like, you need to pick a lane, bro. Like, you can't be like the villain who goes after everybody and the villain who attacks everyone and says you can't be friends. Like, there's no time for friendship. And then also at the same time be like fight with everybody and make up with everybody and be like, oh, like we patch things up, like we're cool. Like, I don't know what direction I'm going in because I'm cool with everybody. Like, pick a lane. Like, one day you act like you're Thanos from the Avengers movie, and then the next day you act like you're Captain America. Like, literally pick a lane, Marcus, because you look like a complete idiot right now. And I don't know what's going on with everybody else in the group. I know that I'm still like unsure how this whole Esperanza's secret thing is gonna play out. Oh my god, I just revealed that the secret was about Esperanza. Well, the cat is out of the bag with that one.